Hey guys. Okay, so in this week's video, we're going to round out the whole construction pricing conversation that we've been having over the last few weeks. Those of you that have been watching our social media would know that in week 1, which is 2 weeks ago now, we focused on the material side of things. So exactly what factors have driven the material prices to increase over the last 2 years here within Brisbane. And then last week, in video number 2, we covered off the build side of things, the construction side of things. So again, what factors have driven the price increases within that aspect of the process over the last 2 years here in Brisbane? As suggested in those previous 2 videos, this week we're going to look to the future. We're going to gaze into our crystal ball and make some statements or predictions as to where we think things are going to go from here and what factors are going to play into the whole conversation. Now, long story short, it ain't going to change. We're going to see more increases here. So talking to Jason, who obviously was from Brett's, coming at it from a material perspective, he threw some of their predicted price increases at me. And I was looking at them like adhesives and sealants. Again, I've got my notes here from the presentation. Adhesives and sealants, up to 45% increase over the next 12 months. What was another one that I saw that jumped out at me? Pine wood, so timber, up 20% in the next 12 months. So as you can see, there's going to be more increases on the cards. We're already predicting these numbers. Talking to Ben from Spencer Constructions, he was saying that he is predicting within the build side of things are going to go up 10 to 15%. So what I'm getting at here is those people out there that are like, oh, I'll just wait for this to blow over. Don't bury your head in the sands and just hope it'll all magically disappear, because things are only going to increase from here. And everyone I've spoken to across the industry says that once material prices go up in particular, they're never going to go back down. Like that's the new bar, the new norm, so to speak. So what factors exactly are going to be driving these increases going forward? Well, firstly, demand increases. So number 1, Olympics. Brisbane, so let's go back a step actually. Everyone at the moment is saying Sydney and Melbourne, they're going backwards. So that means the demand's dropping off. Hate to break it to you, Brisbane is a very, very different market. And one of the key factors that's sort of driving that at the moment is the Olympics. It was funny, I was actually out on site with a consultant the other day. He goes, oh, Brisbane's got that O word going. And I'm like, O word? What's the O word? Oh, well, Olympics, we're shortening it. We're calling it O word now. That's interesting. So yeah, we've got the Olympics up on our horizon, which is naturally going to create that additional boom factor. Political stuff, so obviously the political offers, what's the word I'm looking for here? The campaign promises that were put out there when it comes to affordable housing and all of that sort of stuff. Everyone's obviously said that naturally there's going to be a increase in the market as a result, unintentional increase as a result. So that's going to play into things. And then talking to a lot of buyers agents out there, they're saying that at the moment we haven't truly realised our international migration impacts as a result of the COVID restrictions lifting. So everyone's predicting more expats and stuff are going to move their way back to Australia because it's considered a safer, better environment to live in. So we're going to see more people coming back into Australia as a result. Obviously, as we've said in the past 2 videos, increased demand equals increased prices. Next, Russia scenario. So we here in Australia don't typically get a lot of our timber out of Russia. However, 38% of the world, I think that was the figure I was given, 38% of the world's timber stock does come from Russia. So as the rest of the world starts to turn away from Russia as their source for materials, products, all of that sort of stuff, starts to cut their political ties, let's just say, the rest of the world is going to be forced to look for alternate sources, which naturally means they're going to start tapping into our sources, which naturally means prices are going to continue to go up, etc., etc. Alternate options. Now, this was something that Jason said that I hadn't considered this. You can't just suddenly go tomorrow, oh, I'm going to go that way to get my material, or I'm going to swap to that type of material, that sort of product. Each of these products get rigorous, I can't say the word. You know what I'm trying to say. I need a coffee. I haven't had one today. Anyway, get really, really tested. I'm going to work around that word now. They get really tested to make sure they meet our modern standards here in Australia. That process of being tested has so much paperwork involved. So the paperwork, the time delays, all of that sort of stuff adds cost, adds delays, which again, more cost, etc., etc. NCC changes, that's the next one. So about 2 months ago, I think it was, I did a video where we looked to the future or upcoming changes at the end of this year. The cold hard truth is, as people are forced to find new products, they're going to be in hot demand. Obviously, hot demand equals increased prices. That's going to push things up. But then also as builders start to become accustomed or used to using these new products, there's going to be delays there. Delays equals increased prices. You get the idea. And then last but not least, and this is a really small side one, I've had a couple of people suggest to me that as prices continue to go up and as materials become harder and harder to source, we're going to see an increase in the pilfering that's going on. So people going around stealing products from construction sites and all of that sort of stuff, which obviously is then going to increase prices. There's flow-on impacts from all that. Now, as I said in the last 2 weeks video, I really should give up today, shouldn't I? I'm going to push on. I'm going to keep going. But as I've said in the last 2 videos, basically, this is not going to be a comprehensive list. This is just a short summary of the topics we discussed or the points we discussed in that presentation that I mentioned. So I would love to encourage everyone to add additional comments below. So if you've heard anything out there in your movements, add it below. Let's keep this conversation going. Let's spread some awareness about what's happening out here so we can take some fear out of the conversation for people and help manage the stress levels and everything that's going on out there. Okay, I'm going to go get that coffee now. Oh, maybe some chocolate. I could do with some chocolate. Anyway, that covers off everything I had to say. Until next time, thanks for watching.
For all you red tape lovers out there, I have one thing to say. Well, no, actually, I've got 3. Number 1, the advice provided in these videos is general in nature. It's not site specific. You would be a silly billy to go and make financial decisions based on this advice without first checking with the town planner. Don't be a silly billy. Number 2, Brisbane town planning is in no way linked to Brisbane City Council. The views expressed in these videos are my own, not council's. So if you don't like them, blame me, not council. Number 3, what was my number 3? Oh yeah, the views expressed in these videos are accurate at the time of recording. If you're watching this video back 10 years from now, the views may not be so accurate. That's all. Bye.